Hello, you have a prepaid call from
Blaine Cooper.
an inmate at
City of Las Vegas Detention Center.
your account balance is $11.75. To hear the charges for this call, press 2. To accept this call, press 5. To refuse this call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. Thank you for using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking now.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sunshine. How are you today?
Oh, you know, I'm alive. We had a fire in here. So yesterday or the day before, I think the day before, I can't remember, but
What?
it was a big fire, and they evacuated everybody out, and they left us in our cells. The guards didn't even think to let us out of our cell. The smoke was boiling through it was a big electrical fire, and so, but luckily we got out and everybody was okay. But and then right when we got outside, the moon was up. It was towards the earlier morning hours, like 2 or 3. And then a big meteorite or comet went shooting across the sky and lit up the whole sky. It was just a weird day.
Wow.
So it was pretty different. But other than that, I'm doing all right. I got all your guys' letters finally.
Oh, good. Is that...
So I got the periodic tables and all the reports, and I think I got like 7 or 8 of them. So.
Wow, good. Is that standard procedure that when there's a fire, they lock you up and don't let you out?
No, actually it's supposed to be the opposite because it's a fire hazard, because people could die that way because the smoke barrels into your room. You get carbon monoxide or dioxide poisoning. I can't remember which one it is, but which is very dangerous. A lot of people, even when you get smoke inhalation, I actually went to school to be a firefighter. I took a 2-year degree in fire science 1 and 2, and the carbons will attach to the hemoglobins in the blood, and you can die several days later after smoke inhalation if you're not administered pure oxygen. Pure oxygen is the only cure that will separate that out of the body from the hemoglobins in the blood, and
Wow.
But everybody was okay. Nobody died. One kid had a panic attack, and they had to calm him down. And other than that, everything's good. What's going on out there?
I think I would have a panic attack, too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal to me. I've been in fires. I put fires out, so I was just kind of like, well, it doesn't look too bad yet, so hopefully they open this door before we die in here. But there was a lot of smoke.
Wow.
So, and I think what's happening is the rats are chewing through the electrical lines.
Oh, gross.
It's just catching on fire, or maybe it's faulty wiring. But it happened again the next day, not as bad, and then it caught on fire again. So they definitely got some issues going on.
Wow. We have lizards here that ate through all our old electrical, so we replaced the whole thing.
Lizards did?
Well, like geckos, you know?
Huh.
They were crawling into the electrical box where all the fuses are, and they would fry themselves, and then the power would go off.
Yeah, no good.
Yeah. So nothing new out here. Everybody's still praying for a good verdict, but
they're still deliberating?
Yep.
That's good then. It's been 3 days then, right?
Yep.
So the longer they take, the better. That means they're considering a not guilty verdict.
Good.
It's when they come back really fast is when you got a problem.
Yeah.
So like you'll notice like in the Oregon case, they came back with the verdict pretty quick. How long did they deliberate in Oregon for? Was it like a day or 2?
Yeah, I think so. It wasn't too long. But the guys, 6 guys, they have to sit in a small room with no books all day long waiting.
Yeah, at the U.S. Marshals hold.
Yeah.
So every day they just got to go there and sit there until the verdict comes down?
Yep, they have to be 15 minutes. Everybody has to be 15 minutes away when they get the call.
Huh. Well, just got to keep praying for a good outcome then. I hope they win.
Me too.
If they win, I think it changes a lot in this case.
Yeah.
Because the only reason is, here's what they say, okay? this is why they said I had the plea to assault on a BLM officer. Because I told them, I said, why? I wasn't at the standoff itself. I didn't point a rifle at anybody. And because it's a conspiracy, and they have this case law called Pinkerton liability, and they said, even though you're not there, and even though you didn't point a rifle, you're just as guilty as the guys pointing rifles because you told people to go out there and protest armed. And they said, well, wait a minute. I didn't tell people to go out and protest and point rifles at the BLM. So I said, how could that implicate me? So because it's a conspiracy, it makes everybody else guilty of that assault on the BLM officer. Does that make sense?
That's crazy.
So if they're found not guilty of that BLM officer, that means nobody else in the case could be guilty of that. They have to take that charge off, which looks better for me than they have to take that off my plea deal.
Oh, that would be so great.
That would be awesome because then it's only, then they, I don't know if they'll still try to charge the conspiracy against the United States, but the conspiracy against the United States only carries 5 years.
Oh.
And so if I get the assault on the BLM officer, then I'm looking at a lot less time and possibly could just walk at the end of this because they can't, because my plea agreement was for conspiracy to commit an offense against the United States and assault on the BLM officer. And so if the rifle guys aren't guilty, because I think it was only one guy that pointed,
Yep.
then nobody else is guilty of that. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And so they would have to take that off there. Ethically, they would have to. And I would push for that. I'd be like, no, look, you need to take that off, or I'm going to go pull plea because that's ridiculous.
Right.
But or at least try to pull it, or do like a writ of habeas corpus or something. But so that's what happens there. So that means all the guys going to trial on the next case, they have to remove that charge because they can't charge them with that because nobody pointed a rifle at that point. Then it's just conspiracy. So it actually changes the charges a bit.
Wow, what a tangled web.
It is. It's stupid. Because one would say, well, look, they were pointed 60 rifles at an unarmed, Lisa Bundy had 60 rifles pointed at her head. So what did you want people to do? You can't go out there and abuse ranchers and point a bunch of rifles at people and not expect repercussions. It's don't say what we did was any more unethical than what you did. And there's a difference between law and order and abusing your power. They clearly abused their power. It's night and day.
Yeah.
It wasn't like you had a bunch of disgruntled people out there burning homes down and hurting innocent people. It was the government abusing innocent people. They were the ones doing that.
Yeah.
So.
Today's the anniversary of Waco, and one of the guys that wasn't even there at Waco, he ended up doing time for that conspiracy thing too. He wasn't even there, and he had to do time.
How much did he do?
Good question. I'm not too sure. But today's the anniversary, and he was wrapped up with a conspiracy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Probably because he reported on it. How dare you tell people what's happening over here? Well, don't they have a right of free press and speech and things like that? Apparently not.
We usually go down to Waco, but Rudy's working today for the anniversary. I think it's 23 years ago today. And they still get together for a memorial every year.
What a shame that they burn children alive in that building.
Yeah, I don't care what they were doing in that house. There was no reason to kill children.
Children over it. No, absolutely not. That should have been. It just shows you how sick a lot of people are when they're trying to. It's a group of people trying to tell another group of people what to do is essentially what government is. Mm-hmm. And that's the problem with governments through history. And that's why the founders were so adamant in protecting these first 10 amendments of the Constitution, the Bill of Rights that were erected in 1791. We started drafting the Constitution September 17th, 1787, after the Articles of Confederation didn't work so well. But if those rights aren't protected, this is what happens. And above all, those rights should be upheld. What a politician should have said, hey, even though we don't agree with it, and maybe the guy might be a little whack, he still has a religious freedom and right, and intervening in this could be worse than just parting certain ways. You know what I mean? You're going to go in there, and you put children in danger and everything else, and sometimes it's better just to let people be. And isn't that the point? Can I just be left alone to ranch? Can I just be left alone to have my religious service? Can I just be left alone to have my right to bear arms? No, because we're the federal government and we say what you can and can't do. Well, wait a minute. Then where's the religious freedom in that? Where's the free speech in that? Where's the right to bear arms in that? There is none.
It's terrible.
So then why do we have a constitution at all? Well, the War on Terror and Patriot Act, Freedom Act, National Defense Authorization Act nullified all that for us.
Yeah. What's it like in there? Is there anybody awake in there, or what are those people like?
No, most of these people, they'll work all day for a Snickers bar.
Oh boy.
So a lot of people, they feel that they're guilty. They feel they committed a crime, and when people feel that way, they'll just pretty much do whatever the government does, and it's easier to be a slave than live like a free man.
Yeah. Oh, there was a really good quote I saw yesterday. It was by Mel Bundy, and he said, "I didn't stand so my children wouldn't have to fight. I stood so they would know how to fight."
Amen. That's good. I like that.
Wow, isn't that excellent?
Did you guys upload that recording to YouTube the other day? Did people like that Star Spangled Banner thing?
Oh yeah, I'm sure they did.
I'm surprised people, because it's so funny. We hear just a little bit of that song, and there's so much more to it. And when you read the whole thing, it really puts it in perspective.
Yeah.
And we miss the most important part in the Star Spangled Banner is right at the end, "In God We Trust." And how come that's not sang "In God We Trust" at the stadiums? It should be.
I don't know, but I'm so glad to be in the Bible Belt, because when we go to the rodeo, they really go all out with the prayers and the patriot stuff. God we trust.
Amen. That's good.
Yeah.
At least there's still some sanity left in our nation.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
There's a lot of concern right now that this Jared Kushner, the husband of Ivanka Trump, is buddy-buddy with George Soros. I think he got a $25 million loan from Soros. And Trump says that Kushner, who's the son-in-law, he's calling him his son, not even his son-in-law, he calls him his son, is the one that's going to be able to bring peace in the Middle East between Palestine, or the Arabs, and Israel.
That's weird.
Yeah, and the building that he bought on 5th Avenue is number 666.
So wait, hang on. They're saying that guy is the one to bring peace in the Middle East?
Well, it hasn't been done yet, obviously, but...
What's his name, though? What's the name of the guy?
His name is Jared Kushner.
Is he Jewish?
Yeah, he's an Orthodox Jew.
That makes a lot of sense.
And his daughter...
Because a lot of people were believing that the Antichrist would have to be Jewish to get the Jewish people into a peace treaty with Israel, and for that 7-year peace treaty, because remember, Israel doesn't believe, or the Jews don't believe their Savior has come yet, because it was Jesus and they rejected him, and they're still looking for their Messiah.
Yeah.
So my pastor used to say he thinks that the Antichrist was going to be Jewish because the Jews would look to him as, hey, he must be the coming Messiah, and then, but who knows? But that is very spooky. And the building 666, huh? Yep,
and his daughter Ivanka converted to Orthodox Judaism for her husband.
And what is Orthodox? What is that?
It's pretty hardcore. They believe, there's all these, they believe in, I hate to say this, but baby penis blood sucking. And when they...
Baby what?
Penis. When they
penis?
Yep. When they circumcise the kid with their fingernail, their rabbi, then they suck the blood out, and they give the They give the baby hepatitis. It's like the craziest thing you ever heard.
What?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of studies and statistics of babies.
That's just weird.
Yeah, they're weird.
And they thought David Koresh was a weirdo.
I know. It's nuts.
Maybe David Koresh wasn't so crazy after all. That is so bizarre.
No kidding.
Because I hear about that like even in, don't they have that Orthodox Christianity there in Russia too?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about these sects.
No, I don't either.
But I know that they're weird.
Yeah.
So, well, all we can do is pray, right?
Yep.
It does seem like it's boiling up to something, though.
Yeah, no kidding.
And I don't know. I'm just ready to go home. I say, Lord, blow the trumpet.
Yeah, I wish.
But, remember he said he's not slack concerning his return, as some men count slackness, but his long-suffering. It all comes with the repentance of Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess, to be honest, I would hope he would delay his coming if it meant for more people that could go to heaven with us.
I just feel like if people aren't awake and they're not saved by now, then they'll never be.
Oh, yeah, I know. If you can't read the Bible and look at what's going on in the world and not know that everything's falling right into place and coming true, then you got problems.
Yeah.
Then but you never know. Some people, they say, save with compassion and love, and some with fear pulling them out of the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we have to shock them to wake them up. Like, hey. You sound tired today.
Yeah, I don't feel that great. We have a very high pollen level here in Dallas today.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, that'll do it. I get like that in Prescott. We have the junipers when they start blooming and wind blowing everywhere. I have to take Benadryl.
Yeah.
My eyes will swell shut. I had my eyes swell shut completely. I had to go get a shot.
Yikes.
Allergy shot, and it was a mess. So.
How far is Prescott from Tempe?
I'm not sure. I don't. Excuse me. From like Bell Road in Phoenix, it's probably about an hour and a half south of there. So we're up in the high country. We're about a mile up there.
Okay.
But if I go north an hour, I'm in Flagstaff.
Oh yeah.
And Flagstaff's actually the ideal place. If I could buy a house, I would live right there in Flagstaff because it's just absolutely beautiful there. But I like the pines. I'm a mountain man, so I want to be in the mountains.
Yeah.
But
how are your kids doing?
they're doing good. I was able to we're out of money right now to call them, so I had to borrow a couple of minutes from an inmate in here, and he let me use his phone. I checked in on them. They're doing good, so.
Good.
So I have to tell them I love them, but she's supposed to get money on my phone today, so. Then I'll give her a call. I know she tried to stop the sale on our house so she doesn't get kicked out, but I don't think she was successful. So she's got to be out of that house soon. I don't know where they're going to go. I'm sure God will take care of it and get it figured out for us.
Yeah. Well, I should let you go, but I'll keep you in our
1
prayers.
minute remaining.
We'll keep praying for that verdict to come out. Good.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, sounds good.
Okay,
I love you
brother.
guys.
We love you. Hang in there.
I will. Thank you.
Bye.